This is the Kpopcast, bringing you the best sounds and ideas in K-pop. I'm your host, Stephanie.
I'm your PD named Michaela.
I'm DJ Peter Lowe, and I'm introducing our special Moo for this episode, our special Moo guest for this episode. It's Amanda. Amanda, what brought you to the Kpopcast?
So, in my morning routine of checking Reddit, seeing what's new on r/Mamamoo, I saw a post by someone named Good Asian Driver, and I was like,
I know who
funny.
that is.
Yeah,
Right.
I've seen that name before. Very clever. And sure enough, when I clicked on the sample twice, the Feels music video the podcast that you guys did before, I was like, oh, I know Peter Lowe. I'll message him right now. I want to review this. So yeah. Good to be here. Thanks for having me. So,
Well, welcome, Amanda. We have you on so that we can all shit on this song, and then you can be the redeeming factor.
Wait a
and
minute.
so we don't get in trouble with the moo-moos out there. I'm just kidding.
We
Hopefully
haven't
it doesn't
even
come to
said
that.
what song we're talking about.
Right.
Okay. You're tainting the listeners. Okay.
Sorry.
Anyways, this week we are discussing Huiyin's Make Me Happy or Om Yo Hae.
But before we dive into that, first, our hit replays.
And as usual, hit replays are songs we recommend y'all listen to on repeat or replay for the week. But breaking news, we have a playlist of our hit replays for the year in the description of this episode. Thanks, Michaela, for putting that together. Woo. All right. Michaela, why don't you just go first? What's your hit replay?
Yeah, because mine's no surprise. Like, if you listen to our last episode, you probably know that my hit replay this week is Changmin's Devil. I
were
couldn't
already
get away
talking
from it.
about this last week.
Yes, this album has my soul. It's so epic. There's so many things I could talk about. This is a Daebak or not in itself. Just the amount of just artistry and epicness that this song has. But I think if I was just going to point out one thing for right now, just be quick about it, is to point out that this is his pandemic song. Like, I feel like we've had a lot of like pandemic songs that have this kind of limp optimism and happiness to them that
No, true that. Yeah.
like they just there's hollowness, but there's just there's a darkness, there's an epicness, and it's because the devil in this case is this personification of all of the stress and the hardships and the pain that people have gone through. And you can't just go through that and not have that affect you on the inside. So he's talking about the darkness, the devil that's out there, but there's also the devil that's inside, and accepting that pain and overcoming it and knowing that you are strong and you can take that rain, you can take that pain, so just let it come.
So just let it rain.
소리 없이 차오르는 Rain down on me. 뜨거워진 눈물이 Rain down on me. 참 메마를 때까지 Rain down on me.
Ooh, that's deep.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well said,
right?
Michaela.
Again, that's the abridged version. Please go check out the album. Go check out everything. It's just the visuals alone are so epic.
So speaking of epic visuals, Pilo, tell us about your hit replay.
Yeah,
right.
another male soloist.
Yes. My hit replay comes from the legendary, the venerable Jang Min Ho.
Yes.
And his
AKA
song that is like peak dad energy.
Yeah.
Right answer. Like this, when I discovered this song in my YouTube recommendation algorithm, like, okay, what is this? And it's just all my kinds of cheese and silliness. It's like a modernized trot song. I really love how it's got, trot singer guttural vocals at moments. It's got like everything you want in a music video. It's got these like 80s inspired synths and snares. It's got a key guitar, however you say it. It's got a DJ rocking out and beautiful backup dancers. So check it out. It's Jang Min Ho's right answer.
아니야. 어차피 정답은 없어. 괜찮아 잘 될 거야. 모두 내일의 널 믿어봐. 아니야. 사는 건 답이 없어 울지마 울지마 힘들지만 다시 인생 한 방 믿어봐 Oh yeah Oh yeah 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 시간은
AKA Sexy Ajashi #1 from
Yeah.
Mr. Tron.
He's pretty nice to look at. Just check it out just for that.
Former idol from like the 90s. So he's nice on the eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
But Stephanie, what is your hit replay?
Yes. Speaking of nice on the eyes, nice on the ears. I know. I love the tie-ins for each song. My hit replay is a K-R&B groove by GEMINI featuring CAMO and WOODZ called Mia. And I encourage everybody to check this out. I've actually been replaying it in my car and in my headphones because the guitar, the instrumentation, the piano, the layering with the airy vocals just takes me away to another place. It's perfect to drive in the sunset, the dusk, with this playing in the background.
I just love the mastering of this song. Like, you've got good speakers or headphones that are well tuned for non-bassy, more acoustic sounding music.
Acoustic,
like,
yes.
Yeah, this is that type of song.
Everything around me disappears. Something being lonely. 난 날 잃어버려도 대충 날 가지고 놀아본 대충
And then finally, our special guest, Amanda. Tell us about your hit replay.
So for my hit replay, it's kind of an older song. It's about 3 years old. We're in 2022. It's Dreamcatcher's Over the Sky, and they had a dance performance video to it. They didn't really, it wasn't like an actual music video, but it was to commemorate their 2-year anniversary. And in the essence and spirit of hit replay, I listen to this every time I lift. So when I first heard it, I was reading the lyrics, and the YouTube has the English subs that they come up, and thankfully a lot of Dreamcatcher music videos, they have English subs provided. So good on Dreamcatcher company. But yeah, it was a time when I lost someone close to me, and the lyrics were kind of I'll see you again, we'll be together someday, I'll see you over the sky, and it was it could be for a friendship that's lost or heartbreak or someone who's passed, but I thought it was really fitting for what I was going through, so I think I just have that attachment to it. But also, fun fact, in their, I guess right before the last chorus or the beginning of the last chorus, they use Korean Sign Language for the lyrics. So I thought that was a really cool addition, and also very inclusive to include sign language in their choreo. So check it out.
It's a good one where with the extra wide resolution, really helps for a choreo-centric, self-made music video. So.
Yeah. Because we put this in the category of the DIY-ish style, very low budget music videos, but it's still still Dreamcatcher quality.
대답해줘 머릿속을 가르채우잖아 나의 숙제 가르쳐줘 답이 없어 절대 풀어지지 못할 문제.
All right, on to Ween's Make Me Happy.
For the podcast listeners following along at home, go ahead and grab that YouTube URL for the music video, Ween Omyohae, Make Me Happy. And we're going to count down to when we press play on our end so you can match up with us.
All right, so
Peter,
here we go.
Take it away.
3, 2, 1, go. Beautiful butterflies. I thought that was a moth at the beginning. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, it's a 흰나비, a white cabbage butterfly.
Oh yeah, cabbage butterflies.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me of my trip to Anguilla. They were all over.
Yeah, they're an invasive species.
Don't say that.
Yeah, but we open on
they're
Huyin
so
on
cute.
I thought
a
this
bed
was
of white
marked by a lot
magnolias.
of great transitions, going from the
Yeah,
flowers
real
in the tunnel to
butterflies.
ours, and then also the different rooms here.
Wallpaper butterfly.
Just like the little details of the lights turning on above her.
Bunch of stuff on the mirror we can't read.
Was it Magnolia? I think?
Magnolia, Sophie. I want to talk about that a little bit later. But yeah.
Many sides of Wien on the TVs. And like right here, I was getting really strong Alice in Wonderland vibes.
Oh yeah.
So we're looking at lots of picture frames
So
of flowers.
aesthetically pleasing. She's in a flowy, sheer, seafoam green fairy dress.
Yeah, all of her dresses in this are gorgeous. Then we're back to the beginning.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a full circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except
Now
things are
the white flowers have bloomed into multiple colors.
Yeah.
And there's more flowers on the bed and more more extravagant. Yeah.
Flowers in the
Lovely
kitchen. There's
piano
more going
coming
on.
through here.
Oh, it is progressively more colorful.
Yeah.
And here, like at this moment, I felt like I actually smelled something.
Right.
Like I felt like I was inhaling the pollen and the perfume.
Now things are getting very Alice in
Alice in
Wonderland,
Wonderland,
with the floating objects.
For sure.
Yeah. And falling, what, like down the rabbit hole?
We're in the stripped down bridge with just piano.
Now she's just floating, surrounded by petals.
Where's she going? Where's she gonna end up?
And
The transformation into a flower is almost complete. And all the butterflies can't get enough of her, swarming around.
So I guess this is the way to connect you to the very intro where we were in the tunnel, right? With all
yeah,
the
but now
flowers,
the
and that's
white
like
flowers
Yeah,
are
she
replaced
fell
by
through the
color.
tunnel into this house.
Oh, this
back to the beginning.
dress. This is my favorite. This beautiful pink.
Boom.
What does that say?
We.
It's the album.
Okay.
In the
Yep.
mood. It's her Instagram handle too.
That was a music video that I felt like I could feel and smell.
Right. Yeah. Aromas, textures, fragrance.
Yes, but anyway, so some quick background on Wien's second mini album. This is her first album since departing RBW, and I want to acknowledge that it also comes out like right next to her other former band label mate, Moonbyul. Her albums
who is still at RBW, I believe, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, Wayne has signed to The Live, which is Ravi's right now just like solo female vocalist label, because her only other label mate is Ailey. So with this comeback, being her first, solo away from RBW, her first project that's really able to show her true color, there was a lot of focus that could be put on it because there's only one other person. And you definitely see that in the album tracks because Ravi's name is on every single track on the album. So there was a lot of support for this project for her.
Yeah, it's in stark contrast to her first mini album, which I guess a
Yes.
lot of people said was like hella rushed. Like there was a rapper who only had like 1 hour to like come up with the lyrics and record it and then drop it. And it was like,
Oh,
okay,
no.
Yeah,
I guess that
is-
came together.
That is the point that a lot of people are making, is there were a lot of collabs on that album too, but this one is
Right.
just her.
Okay, turn to you, Amanda. Is there anything else that you just wanted to say about the timing, the context release of this album single?
In context of Mamamoo too.
Yeah. well, I guess for her Red album, she released it like right before her birthday. So I feel like that kind of played into maybe, getting it out when she wanted to put it out. 'Cause she wanted it as like, first of all, her birthday, kind of like a birthday gift to us, which Mamamoo is like famous for, like the fan service is always there. Like whenever it's their birthday, they give us gifts. Like I don't understand, like we don't deserve them. No, but I think a combination of that plus I think, with the announcement of Solar and Moonbyul staying at RBW, that was I think January of that year, and then they announced it the same week or the same day. I don't even remember. It was like so close together, and everyone was like, "What's Hwasa and Huyeon gonna do? Like, are they gonna stay? Are they gonna go?" And Hwasa's got her own like she's got I Live Alone. She's got all the other endorsements. Like she's set. Like everyone knows who she is. And like I don't think she needed to. Personally, I don't think she needed to stay. But it's like the company that brought them up, and there's a loyalty aspect. However, like after Hwasa said, yeah, I resigned, everyone was just talking about Huyeon. What are you doing? Where are you going? Are you staying? And I think, partially she just knew that like, this is what I'm thinking, of course, total fan speculation. But like, she was kind of like forgotten, I feel like in
I would agree
things.
with that as a non-Mumu. Like that was my impression.
Like in the past, like year and a half in, lockdown pandemic, she had cranked out so many dance videos and all this other solo content that was like amazing to see her finally showcase that talent, because I think she got overshadowed by Moonbyul a lot. No shade against Moonbyul, right. They're both very, very talented dancers, but like Huyeon, I think she needs her chance to shine. And I think, leaving RBW might have been the best move for her, and she can do really whatever she wants into her creative side. And yeah, I think she really can blossom now in her own environment, and still staying with Mamamoo until like December 2023 for all the promotion activities. I think that's a great move, and I'm glad that they could work that out, because the four of them, as much as they're great solo artists, they're amazing together, and just their dynamic, right? Their friendship, their all this, like they're such good friends, and they've been through so much. And like as a Mumu, it made me happy that she can at least do that, and she's not pigeonholed into like, oh, you must do your solo or you got to stay with Mamamoo. So I really am happy for her that she's getting her chance now.
And then that was the thing, again, as somebody who is also not a Mumu, looking at the group, she's always been that one that kind of feels like the connector between the other three members, because it feels like she has all of those same abilities that the other three have. And so she kind of is the center. But it was hard for me as like, somebody who's not a fan or doesn't know all of her work to kind of see where she differentiates, because I see her be that belty queen that Solar is, or I see her be the husky vocal that Hwasa is, or I see her be the dancer and like charismatic side that Moonbyul has. But what is Huyeon? Like who is Huyeon's color? And I'm really so far with this project, I feel like I've really been able to see what that actually is.
Well, seeing who Huyeon actually is, let's talk about like the message and lyrics and story that were being given.
So the whole EP or the whole album, she talks about, or I think it's based off colors, dark versus light. And she's really, I think, taking her previous title track from Red, Watercolor. I noted that there was, really some key phrases in there that it was about her, showing new sides of herself and painting the picture she wants to display to the world, and kind of just like showing up for herself too. I got that impression, because it made me happy. I think at first I thought she was talking about somebody else, but I really think she's talking to like either her past self, like I'm gonna make me happy, or like her future self. But I think it was just like different versions of herself that she was talking to. Yeah,
I agree with that assessment. Like visually, I think we're also seeing the evolution and growth and blooming of something that was actually a blank canvas or something white, right?
Yeah.
So Yeah. For me, what I was taking away from the story and a lot of this message is that there was an element of like mystery or actually there was the allure of mystery. So you were sort of enticed and you wanted to keep things that way, as the lyrics sort of imply. And I don't have an answer to this, but I was amused by that, especially given the butterfly flower dynamic throughout the entire music video.
Yeah. But you are on the nose with that, because like I believe omyohe means like something that's enticing or mysterious or like literally translated.
I think like the colors were like each like phase of the transition through this house that she's walking through. Mm-hmm. Each like room had like a kind of like a color scheme, right? It kind of starts with like a light pink in like the bedroom, or like a pinkish, you know, and then it progresses to like the kitchen, which was kind of, I guess, like gold. It was a mix of colors. But then the bathroom was that teal, and then the final, like the build up to the chorus, was it like white or no? Purple.
Well, there was a like maroon, like a deep purple.
Yeah,
phase.
The deep purple. Yeah, and I thought it was cool how they brought it around again. And everything just got more intense and more colorful. Like someone turned the saturation up all the way.
Yeah.
So
because this whole music video, in contrast, especially to the teaser, is like the teaser was just her in a white room in all white, you know. and for me, because I did really feel like, oh, okay, so she's really just like blank slate, like this is the new beginning. And then we just get this splash of color in the music video.
And the same with the progression of like the butterfly, like the amount of butterflies, like the amount of flowers. It was just like, it just kept growing and growing as she's, I guess like either learning more. I don't know. It's just, the very end was like her sitting in the whole room full of flowers, and she's got like the whole elaborate dress. And I don't know if you guys noticed, like she had like a different color, like eye contact in. Like an odd eye.
I didn't realize that.
It was like a very like small thing. It's very hard to see in the video, but another Moo friend sent me a picture that they had like a photo shoot, and you can tell like I think her left eye had like a hazel colored contact, but like the odd eye, like the concept or spiritually, it's kind of like almost like an all-knowing eye, or like you have more knowledge of stuff. So I don't know if that kind of played into it, or it was just aesthetic. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, there were a lot of little details in the music video. I think you were talking about how some of the things written on the mirror that we could barely see actually had meaning.
Yeah, so it's very hard to see, but I was looking at her Instagram post, and she had taken like a photo. It was a bit more clear, and she turned up the contrast, but I jotted down some of the words that like I recognized, and let's see. So some of them that I saw were Caddo, C-A-D-D-O. That's the matching tattoo that she has with Hwasa on her neck, I think. It's like a Native American. I don't know exactly what language it is, but it comes from a Native American background. The meaning was like skewed a bit, and like I think they've admitted to it, but the word was supposed to be like friendship.
Okay.
And there's also Sophie, spelled S-O-P-H-Y, and this is her mother's English name. And a lot of her, I don't know how many people know, like Wheeun's, her side hobby, like her other love is art and drawing and painting. And a lot of her passion for that, came from her mom, because her mom is also an artist. So she even has like a tattoo on her finger that says Sophie. In honor of her mom. Yeah. And then the other two were Resonance, which is another matching tattoo she has with Hwasa, and that's on the back of their Achilles, like your Achilles tendon, like that area on your ankle. Side story was like Hwasa like was crying from the pain. Wheeun just handled it like a champ. Yeah. Wheeun was just like, I got it. It's cool. Yeah. And then Magnolia was the other one that I saw, which is, if you may know, her first EP that she released with RBW. Yeah.
It just had one song, Easy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I assume that there was also Soar, which is I think the second EP title, but I didn't see it. But I assume that it was also there. We just couldn't see it.
Yeah. And then also in the teaser, it was talking about how she was born in a field of white magnolias. So I feel like that also calls back to that mention in the teaser, and kind of like, again, that rebirth of starting in the white flowers and then ending up where she ends in the beginning, where she's a butterfly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys totally blew my mind. I can't believe I watched this dozens of times before this recording, but I never realized until you pointed it out that it's actually a loop. I was like, oh my God, you're right.
That was the first thing I noticed, because again, the live, it's a new label. They don't necessarily have the big budget to do all the big things.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was on the immediate lookout to be like, okay, how many sets? Oh, it actually is one set, but they're just like using it in multiple different ways.
Yeah, I thought that was a really creative spin. Again, showing growth and evolution of a person, a character. I think all the colors also play into another visual theme that we've seen a lot from Mamamoo, which is like surrealism. It feels like they do a surreal concept every time they go to New Zealand, by the way. And I think this was also filmed in New Zealand. But yeah, it's a visual spectacle and treat, I think, because of the out of this world surreal nature of the environment that you're being put in. Although I'll confess, like I said, you could smell this. I'm allergic to pollen, so that was like my visceral reaction. Like, oh God, all these plants and butterflies everywhere. But
and then you get into the bathroom and she sprays you in the face.
Yes, which I also tend to have an allergic reaction to. So that was just my personal.
It's just
takeaway.
a video, not real.
Yeah. It was
It's just a
interesting that
Claritin commercial.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
just
right.
watching a Claritin commercial.
Hey, PPL. There we go.
Okay, well, what do you guys think of the music itself of the song?
I really liked the piano parts.
Yes.
Yeah. You say it here that it's reverby. Yeah, it's kind of echoey and muffled at the same time. I really love that sound.
I could have
And
done.
it's not always there. It like plays peekaboo. Sometimes it's emphasized and sometimes it goes into the background.
Oh, I wish it was emphasized more.
Yeah.
Like you called it out when we were in that bridge, Stephanie, that like, okay, it's just stripped down, just we in, and the piano, very soft, as if it's almost being played in a big room. You hear that
Yes,
effect.
far away.
And it makes it feel more delicate, I think, because of that. And then I could do without the bass and the drums. I thought they took up too much presence in the mix. And it just took away from that, softer side of the song. Like, I just would have decreased the presence of those things. So
I feel that maybe we'll get an acoustic version.
oh yeah,
That would
I
be
would
my
look for that
request, too.
over this version. Did you also notice like the whistles? Like I don't know if that was also a play on we, her name, I don't know if that was some light whistles that you heard in the background of the song, as well as the different parts of the album as a whole. So it was a sample they used at different moments in the album.
I did not catch that. Wow.
Because hui is one of those like words that means like a bunch of things. Like it means like whistle or light or sparkling, or so there's a bunch of different things that you can play on with that.
Well, I really like the bass line, but I think
She
it was
really
just
likes
like
the one thing that you don't like.
I think it was like the groovy, like it was kind of not. It didn't drive the song, but it was kind of just like I think without it, it would kind of just be. It wouldn't have that full sound, I guess, because she has like that airy kind of breathy voice to go with the music, but then like the bass kind of like fills out the bottom side. I appreciate
I think it would totally change the color and the feeling of the song
Yeah.
if it didn't
I
have
agree.
the bass and the drums. And I think I would
The
like
lower
to hear
frequencies
that
for
version.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess what I would say, like, instead of for the record, like, I am so for funky, groovy bass lines. But just with the concept and message of this song, I would have opted for something like more synths, like more chords, more synths in those tones that could maybe help like resonate those lower tones and that presence a little bit more. that would be my production choice. I'm sure there are reasons why they didn't, because I think they were trying to create like a more of a, it was the heart, it was the pulse, keeping it moving forward. But I could have done with a bit of uneasiness, honestly, because that's kind of the point of the message of the mystery, right? Like you don't always know, where this is going. And I think I would have gotten that a little bit more without a thumping percussion and groovy bass line.
So I just thought of something. So I don't know. Well, you said we could talk about anything, so I'm going to talk about acid. So, LSD.
All right.
So it's funny you said like it's like the heartbeat, the thing that was driving the song, and you kind of liked maybe if it was leaving you feeling a little uneasy, like it could have been a different feel. Like when you're on acid, you want that person to be like, this is whatever you're feeling right now is not reality, and they're like grounding you and bringing you back down. So that's the baseline for me, was like, I'm here on Earth.
The anchor.
Like, yeah. And it's funny because like Alice in Wonderland, people relate that to like LSD all the time. So
Right. That's what I was thinking too.
Tying it in. I love it. Yeah, and just in terms of other artists in the scene, like I think what we're talking about, the bass line and the drums, in my basic opinion, takes it from the realm of Sudan and Hayes.
Right.
Instead, it takes it over into IU Taeyeon territory. Like just in terms of the character, the personality they're trying to show.
Yeah.
And all of them are excellent artists. So
totally.
Yeah, I think it's just interesting as we're talking about the different musical choices, just all the directions you could have taken, and like none of these are wrong or incorrect choices, but it just kind of illustrates the opportunities and choices that she had to bring this character and this persona to life.
A lot of people, when we're talking about like, oh, is Win gonna stay with RBW? Is she gonna leave? A lot of my friends were like, I bet she's gonna go to AOMG, because like, we all had this impression that she liked that hip hop, like R&B type of songs, which I mean she does great at, but like, I guess that's just not what she wanted to do. So yeah. She does a Jill of all trades.
There's so many other factors that go into picking a business partner.
Exactly.
Right?
True.
I mean,
true.
Jay Park just steps down. Like, who knows what's going on over there? Like,
maybe she dodged a bullet with that. Just
right?
Like, she knew.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen to them.
Yeah.
I did see in her interview that she had one of her radio interviews that was she talked about how Din Din, who is one of her friends, was like really like part of like, hey, you can trust Ravi. Like Ravi is going to be the person that could help you, continue whatever artistic direction that you want to go in.
That's awesome.
Yeah, maybe, like you're saying, she really wanted that hands-on approach, like another artist to really partner with her and bring the vision to life.
Okay, well, any other final thoughts on the song album itself?
I just love the album. Just the contrast from the first 3 songs. It was kind of more, dreamy, mysterious, like softer. And then that 4th track, it was like the interlude called Deserve. It's just like this like sultry, like jazzy, like that article that I was reading, it was like jazz bar or whatever.
All right, so really quick on the audio. When I heard this song, I thought that it reminded me of another song that came out a few years ago. And so I don't know, I might be crazy, but y'all can tell me what you think. It's Yesung and Chungha, What You Doing? Or 지금 어디야? And I think part of it is that this song, What You Doing, has mohe, which sounds a little like omyohe, but I think the overall vibe is similar as well. I like them both.
What you doing, what you doing, what you doing? 혼자 머리 쓰고 망설이면 뭐해? 어서 내게 전화해. 이 밤이 식기 전에. What you doing, what you doing, what you doing? Baby, 결국 너와 나의 결론을 보내. 피하지 말고 한마디만 해. 너 지금 어디?
That is a good song.
Oh, thanks.
But yeah, because I listened to it, I was like, oh my god, Huin and Yesung in a collab would be amazing.
Ooh.
Right? What is Yesung up to anyway? Wake him up. All right. I mean, are there any other final
the
thoughts?
SM retirement home.
Right.
I think I've said it before, but I'm like really proud of Huyen for like just like doing what she wants to do, and I'm here for all her like her metamorphosis, you know, her changes. Also, side note, another tattoo that she has are the 2 butterflies. So it's on her right arm. It's so weird that I know like all these like little, you know, like exactly where they are, but yeah, she has like a lot of tattoos actually. I think she's the most in Mamamoo, but of course, you know, they have to like cover it up, and she's always wearing like long sleeves because, you know, Korea. So but yeah,
she seems like the one with the highest pain tolerance, so I'm not surprised she keeps getting them.
Just for fun, right? Like, but
yeah, that doesn't sound like fun to me.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm really like happy for her, and she is my bias. So I have like, you know, I have like behind me, I don't know if you can see it, like the top of this like orange thing here. It's my Huyen Season's Greetings. I've like already ordered her like albums. I want to display them all because I love her, like just her artistry, and I just support her so much. And just like random, but she's also an only child. I'm an only child. So you know, I think she was really close to her family too, especially her grandma. And her grandma actually like passed, like I forget when exactly, but she kind of opened up about it. Like I think it was like right before they like debuted. Representative Mumu is having a brain fart, but you know, she was really close with her. Yeah, she was really close with her family, and like I'm really close with my family, and like she like actually didn't have enough money to stay with the other 3 members of Mamamoo when they were first starting out. They lived in like a rooftop apartment together. It was Moonbyo, Solar, and Hwasa. But she would like visit them all the time because it's like, you know, the sisters she never had growing up, and it's like really sweet. So anyway, I digress again about Mamamoo and Huyen, but yeah, good. I love this album. I've been replaying it like as I'm working. It's like the perfect vibe for what I need to get through the day.
Oh yeah, what other songs were people's favorite on the album? I think I liked Paraglide a lot.
Ooh, I like Pastel. Pastel gets stuck in my head a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, Pastel, and then Pink Cloud. Just because like that imagery is just so lovely.
Pink Cloud sounds like a perfume thing, huh? Like
spray Peter in the face again.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I had a single favorite. I think it was just the overall vibe I got from the cohesive album as a whole. It had a very good start and finish. I mean, you know, it's not like you're working with like a ton of different ingredients here, but it just all felt very cohesive and deliberate. So it had a good flow. Like a song would end and I would double take because it felt like it was all one long song.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Also, if it makes you feel better, Peter, I didn't mention it earlier, but when you're mentioning you didn't realize the house, she had gone through it, you know, multiple times. Took me about my 5th time watching the video. I was like, oh, that's the same room. That's the same bathroom. Yeah.
Thanks. Makes me feel better. Okay. Well, that all being said, taking everything into account, the message, lyrics, concept, song, and just how we felt about the album.
Is Huyen's Om Myohe, or Make Me Happy, Daebak or not?
Okay,
Amanda first. What do you think?
Daebak.
Woo.
Okay, Peter.
I feel so bad, but I'm sorry, guys. It's not Daebak.
Peter,
so sorry.
coming in with a surprise nut.
I'm out of here now.
Hang
Just
up.
kidding.
Quick.
Yeah.
Do you have a quick defense?
I mean, you heard the constructed things I had to say about the song. I think with some tweaks, it would be Daebak. You know, pretty close. But also, I think I could have used more of the... like, the album as a whole is really bright. But I think I could have used something that's...
Darker?
Yeah, darker. Not necessarily darker, but just like... I don't know, lower counterculture. True enough, it's what... This is Huyen as she wants to be presented.
Mm-hmm.
but that's just not my artistic.
It sounds like you were
flavoring.
expecting the AOMG queen to come in.
I was gonna say
Yes.
some
It's not too
AOMG-esque.
late.
Yeah.
Right. Peter,
Hey,
I will
Stephanie?
back you up. I feel the same way. It's barely a not for me. I preferred her last album and the R&B.
Even though it was
collabs.
rushed. Yeah.
Even though it was rushed, I really enjoyed it. I was like, that's my girl right there. Hit it. You know, this one, like I said, it just reminds me of so many other artists in a way that I don't think I'll remember it that much.
Okay, it's a Daebak for me because like I said at the top, like for Queen, I was coming into this like trying to figure out like how she sets herself apart and like what her color is apart from Mamamoo, and I feel like because this was just her in every track, I get her now. I feel like, or at least I'm like beginning to see like what her color is.
Okay, so Moomoo's, you can attack me.
Yeah, me too.
Tell me all the reasons why I'm flawed as a human being.
Drop that Twitter handle. They just want to talk. They just want to
Oh
talk.
yeah, we just
right.
want to talk. Yeah. Just come out
I
back.
think, that also, there's some really profound, elements and themes and topics here that we've discussed. So I think it's got artistic merit, to be sure.
Beautiful video.
Yeah. But I guess my opinion is just not my...
All right, you don't have to. We don't have to go into it again.
Okay.
Yeah, time to wrap up.
Yeah. But by the way, I think funky bass lines and chicken scratch disco guitars are in.
Yes.
Like,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Last year, this year, not going away.
Kind of like the pandemic.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So let's promote your stuff in closing. So, Amanda, why don't you kick us off? Where can people find you online or things you want to promote?
Sure, yeah. So my IG handle is Kimchi Squat Cakes, KIMCHI. It started off as a training log. I'm a competitive powerlifter, so shout out to all my powerlifters. A lot, yeah. Thanks. A lot of my friends, we love listening to K-pop or just Korean music in general at the gym. But
It is
yeah.
the ideal gym music.
It is.
Especially
It
the
is.
banger clangers. Yes.
It is, yeah. So, yeah, I love it. I just competed in a powerlifting meet in November, and I'm trying to compete in one in June. But yeah, I'm just training and listening to music, to Korean music all the time. So, yeah. So my IG handle, it's a training log. Oh, sorry. Back it up. Sorry. IG handle is Kimchi Squat Cakes. It's a training log, but I also post like food and stuff. Literally and stuff. It's a whole mix of stuff. So
And kimchi? I presume there's kimchi to be found?
occasionally, I think more squats and
Okay.
a lot of cakes. So
Hey.
Okay. Those cakes.
yeah,
I mean, just saying.
yes, actually yes.
Hey. All right, I'm gonna subscribe right now.
Yeah, thank you.
And Peter?
Oh, I'm at DJ Peter Low. Oh,
I'm at Michaela-
I've got something to promote.
Oh, really?
I've got a couple of
Oh.
K-pop gigs coming up in February. So,
Ooh, tell us.
Yeah, I've got. If you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, you can come out to. Oh my God, what day is it? It's a Saturday.
February 12th, right?
Yes, yeah, that
Yes.
one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at Guild House in San Jose. So come on out.
San Jose.
Random dance game.
Okay.
Local dance teams. Then we'll also have
Featuring
some music
Sohyun,
mixing
right,
at the end.
Peter?
Oh, featuring Sohyun.
What?
Funny story. I shared with a few of you, but like the promoter, like I gave him a headshot of me for the flyers and stuff, and then I said in jest like put me next to my bias or whatever. They're like, okay, we'll see what we can do. And then they actually put me next to Soyeon.
Yes.
So there's a picture of me and Soyeon, like her like her arm
Really?
is like on my shoulder, sort of thing.
Oh my
so,
Yeah, it's a good edit.
yeah. So anyway, join me and Soyeon.
You need to get that
this
blown
event.
up into a cardboard.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Well, I'm at Michaela JK Pop on Twitter.
Yep, I'm at sparker2 on Twitter. You can tweet all of us at the Kpopcast. And even more, if you enjoy the critical thinking aspects of the podcast, want to dive into some of those controversial issues, hard conversations in K-pop, you can come join us in the Kpopcast Slack and subscribe to our spicy newsletter. Links to those are in the description of the episode.
I feel so wrong for saying that this was a not Daebak song.
Aw, it's okay. This Moo forgives.
It's too late. It's on the record. I don't know. It was really close for me.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. Ditto. Yeah. Okay. See you, everyone.
Thanks.
We'll catch you all again next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.